Look at that. Brand new beaver lodge, just made this year, and we are gonna trap this thing. What's up, guys? Oh, try not to fall here, but like I said, brand new beaver lodge right back here. We are gonna be setting some 330s around this thing, kind of go over what I do to trap a new location. But before that, let me throw in some clips from my last location. This location was an old one that New Beaver had moved into. It was a very simple spot. The lodge was across a little pond area, and they had like 3 or 4 trails coming out where they were going out and getting all their sticks and food. And all I did was set 3 330s at the entrance of 3 of those spots. There's more. I just picked the 3 ones that looked the best, where I could get the traps in the best, and I mean, they produced. The first clip here, I forgot my GoPro, so I had to record on my phone, and the recording wasn't the best, but here they are right here. I came out here yesterday and set 3 traps just on some of these trails. These beavers have trails out, and there's one over there. But I can already actually see on this first trap that I mean, it looks like an otter. It is an otter. Not a huge one, but you know, we'll take otters. They're usually worth a little bit more, and they're not as much work. I actually do kind of want to try eating one of these things. So we'll see about that. And then I can actually see this other trap over here has a beaver. Yeah, and it's a pretty good size one, actually. Yeah, that's a really good size beaver. Yeah, it might be about I don't know, 45 pounder. So nice beaver there. And then that otter, nothing in that one, but yeah, so maybe this area is going to be better. I actually didn't think that this trap here in this little run area, I mean, I guess there is areas up there, but there's not really a den or anything. I don't know why. I didn't know if there was going to be any going in there. It didn't really look like there was compared to these other runs I set, but apparently there is. But whatever, we'll be out here again tomorrow. Okay, guys, back here checking this second trapping area, and right away, first trap. That looks like a real nice beaver. Perfect head catch. And yes, he's a good size one. Yeah, that's about as perfect a catch as you can get. Love to see that. Yeah, that's a big beaver. It's about a 50 pounder, probably. But let's see these other ones here. Nothing in that one, and I can see that one over there. There's nothing either. So that one had the big beaver yesterday. This one had the otter, and the one that wasn't set off has a nice beaver today. So I figured there'd be probably 2 big beavers here, and then maybe an otter or 2. Well, I knew there was a for sure otter, but you never really know how many you're gonna get. So this is great. The 2 big beaver on the first 2 checks, so that's a good sign. And then already got the one of the otter. So there's probably another 1 or 2 otters running around, maybe another beaver, maybe 1 more beaver, but probably not. Okay, coming up on the 3rd check in this spot, I can already see we got an otter. Wow, looks like a big otter too. Yeah, that's a real good size otter. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's a big otter. All right, and then nothing in that far one. and nothing in that one right there. So that's 2 big beaver here, 2 50-pounders, and then first otter was smaller than this, but it was actually still good size, and then this is another good size one. So 2 beaver, 2 otter here. That's kind of what I was like expecting. I really don't think I'm gonna get much more here, but I was really hoping for 2 beaver and 1 otters. All right, hope you guys like that. Back to setting up this new beaver lodge. So as you can see, I mean, it's not huge. It's decent size. This feed pile here, actually this is all brand new. That a week ago, that's all it was. So they've been working, they've been putting more in here. We got the dam right along here. The main creek, it used to be a creek from up there, just a small creek that came through and went right down here. They have it dammed up over there. So we are gonna show kind of what I'm gonna do, and what I do in most places to set these areas up. Okay, so first of all, you can always set the entrances to the hut or bank dens. In this situation, I'm looking around, there's no way there's any bank dens around here. So all they have is the lodge. I can get to the lodge, probably try and find some of the entrances, but just looking at it, it doesn't look like there's an entrance on this side. There's no open water or a lot of bubbles. That side over there has open water, so there might be an entrance there, but it looks like the main entrance is underneath the feed pile on this side right here. So there's open water, and there's this trail of bubbles in the ice along the whole feed pile. Obviously you can't get a trap in there. There's all the whole feed pile's in the way. And also, I don't really like to set the openings that much. I'd rather just set more of the runs and stuff off. So looking down there, that creek goes down and it's open. I mean, I'm gonna put 2 traps in there probably. Then going along the dam, I'll walk over there, but it kind of winds around, and there's another small dam, very small dam up there where you can see they've been going through. I'll probably set a 330 on each side of that. Then coming over here, they are going along here a little bit, and you could definitely set a 330 here. Honestly, I probably will. I have 6 today that I brought with me. Over here, where this is where that run comes out from under the feed pile, and it goes right down here. It's cloudy, you can see, and then all these bubbles underneath here. And then you can see where they're breaking out here and going up, and then they go back up in there, and there's a ton of cuttings back in there. That's where they're getting most of their sticks and food. And then this one also goes there, and I can see there's some broken water or broken ice over there. So that's a good thing to look for. But if you're finding broken ice at these times where it's frozen, you know that's where they're going out. And you can just see all the crap under the water here. And the other thing is, if you can see all these muddy tracks, these are all otter tracks. It looks like this is 2 otter, from what I'm seeing. 2 otter. They're different size tracks, so that's how I can tell it's 2. So I might catch otter here too. I don't specifically target otter. I just set beaver traps where I know there's otter around, and I just end up catching them. This run here that's under the ice, heavily used. And if you can see this, I mean, it is about the width of a 330 underneath there. That pile blocks off this side, and the dam blocks off this. So I'm gonna break ice out and put one straight down in there. That is gonna be a good one. I'm guessing that's gonna catch one the first night. So if I put 2 down there, 2 in that creek, 1 here, that's 5, and then I'll throw the last one in there. I don't know if the beavers are gonna be moving along there, because their runs are more here and then over there, but they could move through there. And actually, that is the most likely spot to catch an otter. I already have 3 otter this year. You just saw 2 of them, and then the other one is going to be on one of my other videos. I actually wasn't even trapping for otter, so stay tuned for that. But let's get these traps all ready and get some sticks for blocking and stuff and start doing this. Okay, got this trap set, getting ready to put it in, got my safety on. Like I said in one of my previous videos, I like to just put the safety on right away and pop those safeties off so I never have to worry about forgetting to take the safeties off. This run is actually perfect this size, and it's gonna literally just like sit down in a cradle there basically. I mean, it's like it was made for a trap. So then all I'm gonna do is take a stick and put it through the jaws and the spring right there just to keep it from wobbling, and then another one on this side and pop off the safety. And that one's done. I'm just gonna cable it right here to this stick I got shoved in the ground, and that's all for that one. Okay, here's the main dam. So anytime you have the main dam creek area, that's a must set. There's always stuff coming through here, whether it's beaver or otter. A lot of times they'll have multiple spots to come down. There's one there and then there's one over there. Bigger dams will have many more, but they can come over here too, and then looks like they come down here sometimes. So it's relatively deep. I don't know if you can tell, here, and then deeper here. There's a little high spot right here. That is where I'm going to put the trap on, just so the very top of it's out of the water. So let's get that going quick. Okay, there she is. Traps between the two crisscross ones. A little bit of blocking, not much. That's all you really need. Next spot. This is a main creek channel right here that feeds into that other creek that they have dammed up. The lodge is over there. I really like this spot because since it's the main creek channel, there's almost always current, so it's gonna stay unfrozen. They have this little dam area here. It's actually broken. I'm really not sure what that's from, but hopefully they'll come back to fix it, or they've just been moving through here. There's more small trees and stuff that they can feed on back up in here. So I'm gonna put 2 traps here just because I really like the look of it. It's gonna stay open, and these open areas are also places that otter move through a lot. So since there's otter in the area, I'm gonna put 2 here. If I didn't put 2 here, I'd put 2 down at the main dam channel where I already put one. So let's get those set up. And it's all set up. Back one over there still has a safety on, but I'll go grab that off. And then the front one right here. Both great locations, and then just a big stick shoved way down in the muck with them cabled off too. This is just how I set these things up. Personally, this is the way I trap. I don't like using bait if I don't have to. And I like to, rather than spread traps out all over, I would rather just put a lot of traps in a small area where I know animals are moving and just clear out those animals really quick, and then hop from location to location to location. Rather than have a bunch of locations and spread out my traps over those locations, I'd rather hit a couple locations really hard for a couple checks with a lot of traps, clear out the animals there, and then move to the next. So that's just the way I do it. So there's tons of reason to trap these beavers. The main reason that I trap them is for the meat. Yes, I sell the fur. Yes, I enjoy it, but the meat is the main reason that I do it. So I'm gonna throw in a real quick cooking video right here at the end. So thank you guys for watching this. The checks for this will be on the next beaver video. Alright, let's cook one of these bad boys up. Super good meat, lots of ways to cook it. My favorite way, just in the crock pot. You put it in, you leave it, and later it's ready to eat. And it makes a ton of meat, ton of leftovers. Good for a lot of things. The consistency is somewhere between pork and beef, and it tastes so good. It's really good. So today what I have is I have the portion that's right in front of the tail. That's where the tail was cut off right there. And then this used to connect like this. Then this is the hips area, the portion where the legs used to connect. Ton of meat in this too. Those two parts a lot of people throw away, even people that eat it. But there's a ton of meat there, and it's a good cut of meat. So I've actually never tried this part. So we're going to try today and see how it is. The thing we're using today is just regular. This is just some sort of seasoning salt. All it is salt, pepper, and garlic. Keep it simple. That's all you really need. And then I put a little bit of broth in it. This is chicken broth. Usually I use beef broth, but that's what we're using today. This is a ton of meat, as you can see. The other parts I use for this, I think you could use pretty much anything, but what I'll use is one of the back legs. One back leg of a big beaver is a lot. So one of those in there, and then the two front legs at once makes a good amount of meat too. So on a big beaver you can get the two front legs together, makes one, each back leg, and then this I'm doing together, so I get 5. But you could, I mean, this is a ton of meat. You could split them up. You get 6 good crock pot pieces at once. So let's get started here. Tilt this down. All right, so we're just gonna go and put this in here, just in a way that it's gonna fit. This is juicy stuff. Throw that in there. Then all I'm gonna do is take my broth. I don't measure. Oh, there's a little piece of hair on there. Let me cut that off quick. Yeah, definitely make sure you have any pieces of fur or anything cut off of this. I'm surprised I didn't catch that when I was butchering in the first place. But anyways, crock pot or beaver in the crock pot. Then I just pour some broth over it. No, I never measure anything. There's not really any need to. It's just to add a little moisture to the bottom. Put as much or as little as you want, I suppose. That's really not much. That might have been a cup, maybe. Then I just take my seasoning. This is just salt, pepper, and garlic, which is just staples in seasoning. That on, and I mean that's it. We'll put the lid on here. That already smells good just from that garlic. We'll turn her on. I mean, this has 4 settings here on this crock pot. This is the second to lowest. That's what I'm going to start it on. You can do it on the second to highest, and even the highest, and you can get it done faster in like 4 hours. This is more like your 8 to 10 hour setting. Here, this is probably going to be like 7-8 hours. So we're going to set it on this, come back and check it in 6 hours and see what it looks like. Cool. Now this thing has been roasting for about 9 hours, 8-9 hours, more like 9. I turned it down to all the way low, but this thing is 100% done. Smells amazing. Yeah. And let's just, a lot of bone there, but yeah. Yep. That's what we're looking for. Just falling off. Makes like a pulled pork type of thing. So Still really good. But it's very good. I think the legs are better though. The legs are definitely a little bit juicier. I mean, I still haven't gotten to the juiciest part of this, but still really, really good. I do think I like the leg area better, but this is still phenomenal. So generally what I do is I'll just take it out and shred all the meat off the bones. Just kind of move this over. Just kind of take it and just pull it all off. I mean, it pulls right off. Super easy. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, this part here is a big bony part. Let me try this tail section actually. A little bit different. Get a piece of that fat. There's a lot of fat on the tail. Pretty good. Pretty good fat actually. Sometimes with wild game you're not really sure, but this is definitely good. So I'm gonna get all this shredded off because I already ate dinner. This is just for like meals throughout the week. So thanks you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, whatever, you don't have to. But stay tuned for more videos. I think we're gonna do, I don't know, we're gonna do some more camping. We'll get into ice fishing here soon once I get my diesel heater in, and we'll still do beaver throughout the season, and even got some muskrat and mink stuff coming. So stay tuned for those, and thanks you guys for watching.